What is up, my lovers? Welcome to another episode of The Sarah B Show. That's right, back here in studio, recording my second episode of the year. New year, new us, 2024. I hope that y'all's years have been going great so far. I know it's still early, but I hope you're all holding on to your resolutions. I did see y'all did a poll. Half of you guys seem to do resolutions. The other half does not. Don't really seem to care. But either way, I hope everything is going great for y'all so far. Yeah, I've been sticking to my resolutions, been trying to work my ass off. Although I did see something the other day that I thought was interesting, and it was talking about how in the wintertime it's like dark and cold and it's time to rest and bundle up and take care of yourself and, you know, nourish yourself. And then spring actually is the time of new things, new beginnings, blossoming, you know, flowers, plants, all the greenery coming in. And so technically they say people always start the new year like hit the ground running, go, 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 bust your ass, like start right out of the box hardcore. But apparently it's a time we're supposed to still be resting and dormant. So I don't know, do with that what you will. I was like, maybe I should listen to this and just chill a little bit. But obviously you guys know my situation. I'm in go mode, go time, trying to make that money, trying to make my savings extra fat. Trying to think of other sources of income. If anybody knows any outside sources, remote stuff, extra income, things that aren't like multi-level marketing and BS, let me know. I'm always in the market for that because obviously your girl has got to get her own place coming up here in a few months. You know, that situation is still interesting. I won't even go into it this time. I'm taking an episode off of talking about my relationship or failed relationship. It is what it is. No improvements there. Still toxic as hell. I'm sure many of you have been in this situation where you had to live with an ex as well, and it's just not fun. And I hope to never have to do this again. I never ever thought I would be in this situation, but alas, here I am. So, but I digress. That is not what we were going to talk about. I feel like I say I digress at least once a podcast, but it's fine. I digress. Hee hee. Today I'm going to talk about something really exciting because I hit a very massive goal that I've been working towards for a very, 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 let me say very again, very long time. And I could not be happier. And you know, this is me patting myself on the back. I am a person who has very low self-esteem. I always have. I've never been good at like tooting my own horn, if you will. Doo-doo-doo. Oh wait, I have a horn here. Or why do I have three horns beside me? I'm just that kind of girl. I have completely distracted myself. Anyway, I'm not one to brag on myself ever, but I'm really, really happy for this. And I've put in the hard work and I'm just like, I'm so excited. I feel bad for everyone around me right now because like the light is shining bright and I'm just so happy. And I'm just like want to tell everyone about this. Scream it from a mountaintop. So I'm going to tell you guys how I smashed a certain goal that I've been working towards and all the ups and downs on the way there. Because you guys, guess what? It only took 4 years, but your girl Sarah B finally hit her ultimate goal weight. So I'm sure all of you out there have done the same thing. You've put on a bunch of pounds and tried forever to lose weight. And I've talked about this like in doses on other episodes and a little bit even on the last episode. But basically, like, let's start from a long time ago. When I first started my job on the Lex and Terry morning radio show, I was very young. I was like a baby, basically. I was like 22 years old. I was a solid like 130 pounds. I had never drank alcohol really because I had just turned 22 and wasn't super into partying or anything yet. I ate whatever I wanted. I never worked out ever except for like, you know, high school drill team, which we did work our asses off. I will say that. But I never worked out after that. Like I was just like one of those people that could eat anything, drink anything, and I was skinny as hell, which I think is most people when you're young, or a lot of people. Who knows? Whatever. That happened. But basically I started working in morning radio. I started getting into the party lifestyle, going to hockey games, you know, having fun and dating a lot of hockey players, staying out late, drinking, you know, working on a morning radio show. So I'd have to be at work at like 4:30, 5 a.m. I don't remember what time it was that long ago, but schedule changes, eating bad, just, you know, growing up, getting older, all that did hell on my body. And I think I got up to like 170, which, and it was like a not cute 170. It was not good. And I'll just quickly go through this. I got in a relationship, and I think that was a lot of it as well. You know, and I went back down again after a relationship breakup, and then went back up again after that. And that was when I went to work on cruise ships. So I had gotten myself back down to, I think, around like 150 or something. And I was really happy. I looked great. And then went to work on cruise ships. My first contract with Carnival, I was there 6 months, first contract. I gained 17 pounds. I mean, you have to think every night you are partying your ass off, never sleeping, hardly ever, and eating like the worst food. Like even the good food there was the worst food. Like it was just the food they feed you in crew mess on Carnival, well, on any ship in crew mess is not good. You have like a ton of options, but it's just really like, at least on Carnival, it was really nasty food, and especially the healthy portions. It was like rubber chicken breasts, and like it was just really, really awful. Now going back at this point, I'm like, I feel like I could have probably done it and maybe done it a little better, but I don't know. It was really bad news. Plus, they had a midnight buffet there. It was called Midnight Mass or Midnight Mess. That was it. And you would go drink at Crew Bar all night and then go to Midnight Mass, and it was like all rice and pasta and fried stuff. Oh my God. Like I gained so much weight. And that was just the first contract, mind you. So I got off of cruise ships and I lost, I think I was at like 175 or something when I got off cruise ships, and went back down to around 160, and I was still trying to lose more. And that's when I met John, and stayed good for a while. I think it was probably like 6 months to a year, and we started both ballooning up a lot. Ironically enough, the first time we met, our sexy talk was about keto and eating bacon wrapped jalapenos. So there's that. And we were talking about low carb diets and stuff. But anyway, we both ballooned up so much, and I got to my highest weight ever, which was like my scary, like you need to do something, bitch. That was 190, and 190 on me, it looked interesting. I'm a person who very luckily has always been able to gain weight very evenly. The places you can mostly tell are like my neck and my face. I think when I did a Go Cleanse one time, I lost like 6 or 8 inches in my neck. I swear. I'm like, how is that even possible? But it is. My face and my neck get huge, especially with alcohol. Like I just have this like face that gets like so round, and my cheeks get so big and puffy. It's very interesting. So it's not a good thing. But 190 was my scary weight. I did all different kinds of things and at different times, and some things would work for a while, and then I'd balloon back up. I just kept ballooning back up. Like I just could never keep the weight off, and that would be my issue. So it was about a year in with John and I. Like I feel like for the last 4 years we've been like trying to lose weight. And that's so miserable that you're like on a diet for like 4 years, right? Like it's such a waste. And I do look back at times when we were doing so good during the week, and then on weekends we'd go out like every Friday and Saturday night for like margaritas and tacos. That was like our go-to. We had 3 different taco places we'd go to, and we would go to them at least every Friday and Saturday. So you'd like do amazing during the week and completely demolish it and worse on Friday and Saturday, which is just so stupid. It's like you're completely canceling out your hard work. And ironically enough, I wanted to get to my goal weight so I could do that, or not that specifically, but so I could be a little more relaxed, eat what I want. But let's get into one of my first things that I tried, and that was something called R3. A lot of these diets and fad diets that you hear about are very similar, and this, I don't know, it's so sad, right, that we always just wanted to like the quickest, easiest thing, or this is different, maybe this will work, and I don't know, we're all like that. When in general, what helps is eating less calories and moving your body. It's so simple. It's like the simplest thing ever, but we don't want to listen. We want to do the easy shortcut, and it's so funny. But I did that as well. So like I said, R3, you guys can look it up. It's almost like a very similar like low carb thing. So it's a program where I believe it's like the first week or first 2 weeks you eat like no carbs at all, and oh man, I can't even remember. It's been so long since I've done it. It's been like 4 years since I've done this, but it's like a reset that you do. And so, like I said, the first 2 weeks is no carbs, and then you work carbs back in like little by little. And it's like you have to eat like 1 fruit a day and 1 serving of something with each meal. Basically, it was just a fad diet, but it did work, and it's a good reset, but then you never stick with it, or I just never sticked with it. And then I went right back to my ways and gained more and more and more. So it seemed like I'd lose a little bit, and then I would just go back to my old ways and gain even more. It just was so miserable. So the next one that I tried was actually keto. Keto to me always sounded very easy. I'm like, before I actually tried it, I had always wanted to try it. It always sounded really fun. And I'm like, ooh, everyone on keto seems to eat ranch dressing and cheese and bacon. And I want all of that. Like, that seems like a great diet. Why am I not doing that? Like, that just seems so simple, right? Like, just don't eat carbs and you can eat anything you want. Like, why not? So I decided to finally give keto a try. And again, John and I did this together. You know what? Screw that. I'm not talking about him anymore. It doesn't matter if we did it together. I did keto. F that guy. Okay, I did keto. So I just basically started cutting out all carbs. So I'd eat like no potatoes, no chips, no, French fries, no rice, no pastas, no bread. You get the gist. I'd try to scan things if I didn't know for sure and see how many carbs they have. And then I was doing the whole what is it? You look at the fiber and the carb count, and the fiber can't, subtract them from each other. And you're like, oh, this is not so bad. So I was doing that. And like everywhere I would go, I would just buy things that said like keto or low carb or sugar free. I was doing sugar free everything. And that was it. And I wasn't losing anything. If anything, I seemed to be gaining more or just like looking worse and feeling worse. And I'm like, why is this? So then I started researching more, and I'm like, oh, it's not as easy as just eating that stuff. That sucks. You actually have to like really freaking count this stuff. Like, you have to count your protein intake, your fat intake, your calorie intake, and your carb intake. And the hardest thing for me was like keeping under a certain amount of carbs. So you had to have high protein, but keeping under the carbs, high protein, and also keeping under a certain amount of fat, which that was the hardest for me. Like, it was so difficult. So I got this app, I believe it was called like Carb Tracker or something. It was free. And that made it a lot easier, but you could put everything in there. You put your weight, your height, how much you're wanting to lose, and it would kind of like track that for you. So you could enter in everything, and after you would, eat something or put it in, it'd be like, this is how much more you can have of this. So that definitely helped a lot, but like, it made me have to fine tune everything. Like, all the box stuff, all the stuff at the store I was buying was so bad. And the sodium, oh my God, it was just so awful. But I finally did get like the hang of it. Like, it was so hard to get the hang of like tracking all the macros, and it was like too much work. Like, would have been way easier to do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So I did that, and I didn't even like do that much working out. I was just eating, but I lost a lot of weight on that actually. I'm trying to think of how much exactly that I lost. I think I lost at least like 15 to 20 pounds on keto, and I started looking amazing. I will say that was probably the best I looked at for a very long time. And then I went to Mexico for vacation. And I remember exactly saying these words. I was like, I'm kind of sad to go to Mexico because like I'm so on track with this keto thing. And like, I don't really want to get off track because I don't want to, gain everything back. And I've worked so hard. And, even when I was there, we were doing bad. Obviously, we're eating, drinking everything. It was like, it was during COVID or like at the tail end. So we did a resort, like an all inclusive. So it was like extra safe and, didn't want to go out anywhere. We just wanted something easy that we could stay there and do everything. So by the time even there, I was like, I can't wait to get back and start eating healthy. I feel miserable. And then we never did. Have any of you guys done that? Like where you just like are smashing your goals and then you go on vacation and you come back and you just cannot get back on track. That is the problem I always find myself having, which really sucks. So that happened, gained a ton of weight, gained everything back and more. And then started doing keto again. And I think I got like pretty good at it again. And then there was this massive snowstorm that happened here in Dallas. It was a very public and viral like 2 years ago where it basically, knocked all the power out for like 5 days. And oh my God, we had nothing. So I just had to eat like junk food or whatever we had and like totally got off track and then never got back on. It's just, I don't know if it's like that for everyone. For me, though, it's very easy to just fall off the wagon and stay off. Like, get back up, bitch. Like, I can't. I don't know why. And it's so miserable. But I just don't know why that's such a hard thing for me. When I fall off, I cannot get back on. So once again, ballooned up to a scary, scary weight. And then tried the next fad. But I will like pause there for a second. So basically, well, I guess it's still the next fad. That's when I ballooned up to my like 190. And I just, oh my God, I swear, I look at pictures of myself. And this is 2 years ago when I was at 190. And I'm like, who is that? Like, I don't even resemble the same person. Not only was I 190, I was like a bad 190. Like, I didn't even have a neck or a chin. Like, I was huge. I was so big. and I had purple hair. All my hair was purple. And I was just like, what was I thinking? Like, I know everybody like probably has moments like that, but I should definitely post some before and after pictures here very soon. I will do that. I promise. Cause I'm just like, even my mom is sending me pictures of me from 2 years ago. And I'm like, oh my God, who is she? So basically with, Lex and Terry, we had a work, contest we did, which this is the next, company I will talk to you about is Go Cleanse. And that it really, really, really works. You have to have definite like willpower and self-control to stick with it. But that to me, it's my kind of, and they don't even like to call it a diet. Just like, it's like a way of life, right? It's like a program. It's a cleanse. And to me, it's very easy to stick with because I'm the kind of person that likes something laid out for me, and you have your literal daily schedule. So like, do this, an hour and a half later, have a snack, an hour and a half later, have a shake, an hour and a half later, have the, and it's just so easy. And to me, like, you have all laid out so you can plan your meals for that week, have everything even meal prepped ahead of time. Have all your stuff in your bag with you to take with you. It's just so easy. And you tell me what to eat and you tell me what time to eat it. I'm there. I'm good. So basically that. And then we also did a contest at my work. And whoever lost the most was going to get a big prize. And you guys know me. I don't even know what the prize is. It could have been a freaking like Pez dispenser. And I would have been like, I'm in. Like, I just want to win. So long story short, I believe I lost like 22 or 27 pounds. Either way, it was a lot. I think I lost 22. But I ended up winning the whole contest and ended up going to New York. I won't talk about how I took stupid-ass ex-boyfriend and he paid for nothing and I took us out to 2 Michelin star restaurants. I won't talk about that. It's fine. But anyway, I won the contest, which felt really awesome. And I looked great. Like the before and after pictures of that even were like mind-boggling. And I didn't stay on the Go Cleanse. And I was like, I'm going to continue to rock. And I kept it off for a while and then went right back to my old ways. And I never got back up to 190 again. But I did get close. Actually, I got really close. I literally started the last year, what was it, 2023, I guess, at 186, like and a half. So I was very close to my 190 again. I let myself go all the way again after losing all that weight. It's just like, every time I get down to a point like that, I always tell myself, like, I'm never going to gain that weight again, never going to gain that weight again, never again. And you always do. I always do. Like, I don't know. But at that point, I was just like at a breaking point when I started in 2023. I was just thinking like, I just genuinely didn't believe like I could ever get to my goal weight again. Now, mind you, I forgot to even say this the whole time. My goal weight in my head, I always wanted to get back down to like I told you guys, when I was 130 when I started Lex and Terry and never worked out a day in my life. My body at 145 and doing weights like crazy and working out like a ton. My body at 145 with muscle was like my favorite ever, even better than just 130 with no muscle. So my goal weight was always like 145 in my head. And by the start of 2023, I was like, okay, it's official. We've been on a diet for like 3 years. I'm never going to get down to that weight again. And I genuinely convinced myself I couldn't. I was thinking I'm just to that age now to where I can't lose this anymore. There's no way. I just have to, maybe I should just raise the bar a little, maybe just settle for 160 if I can get there. And that sucks, right? Like to even like just give up completely in your head, just be like, I'm done. There's just no way. But I freaking did it, y'all. Okay, so starting 2023, I kind of like meshed up and did other things. I did an 11-day Go Cleanse to start the year, which rocked my world. And then let's get to the next fad diet of, I talked about R3 already and keto. I did Weight Watchers, which actually is basically just counting calories. It's just a different way of doing it. Now, I'm sure most women listening have done Weight Watchers. I feel like every woman has done Weight Watchers at least once in their life, which is so funny. But Weight Watchers basically gives a point total to each item of food. And depending on the height and weight you are and how much you want to lose, they give you a point total that you can have every day. So basically, all fruits and vegetables on Weight Watchers are free. So you can eat as many fruits and vegetables as you want, and it is like 0 points. Things like cheese and fried stuff obviously are a lot higher. Boiled eggs are completely 0 and free 0 points. Chicken breast is free, but then you'll like look at chicken thighs and that'll be like 4 points for a chicken thigh, so it literally is just calorie counting, but it's like calorie counting for dummies, kind of. And they have an app and you can like scan all the food and it tells how many points you have and all that kind of stuff. So that actually worked for me for a while. And I think the thing that worked for me about Weight Watchers is you can pay like a certain amount of money. It's not a lot per month for their app and do it yourself. Or if you want to pay to go to their quote unquote monthly meetings, basically you go in weekly and you weigh in with a person there. So they weigh you in, they show you your weight, and you either feel amazing or you feel absolutely ashamed. And then you can go into their little meeting. And personally, like, I don't know, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of a judgy person, but basically I feel like if you're looking to make friends and I feel like that really does help when you don't have anybody that you're doing weight loss with. I feel like having a buddy or having a group or a community is really important. And that is something that is really cool about Weight Watchers. If you do go to those weekly meetings, you have that there. Everybody's like rooting you on and supporting you. Now, me, I'm kind of a bitch. So like, I can't handle the meetings sometimes when it's people like, well, and I will say it's a lot of older women like, well, I really wanted this cookie, but instead I had 3 grapes, and everybody's like, yay. And it's just like sometimes like a little much. And also like a lot of the people there are mean if you're younger, like a lot of the older people, it feels like Weight Watchers is like Mean Girls for like older people. And I'm going to say this. Oh my gosh. My mom did it as well. My mom, oh my God, my mom has lost so much weight this year. She's lost, I think she's up to like 60, 70 pounds or something. Well, I say this year, it's been over a year now because it's 2024. New year, new us. But anyway, basically, my mom and I did Weight Watchers together, and like we tried one time to attend a meeting together, and we were in this meeting, we were in the back, and there were so many people in there, and there was some couple, and it was a very cringy meeting, like I talked about earlier, like, I only had 1 teaspoon of sugar instead of 2. Oh, good job, Doris, or something, it was one of those. But there was a couple talking about their kid who was in archery, and they're like, I don't know, like talking about shooting apples on heads, and like it was just the most ridiculous meeting. And I'm like sitting there like, why are we here? And I pulled up a meme and showed my mom, and it was like that meme from The Wedding Singer that said something like, please kill me. And my mom and I freaking lost our shit. Like, we could not stop laughing. Like, we weren't doing it like super loud, but it was definitely noticeable. And like, I'm like holding my breath, and like tears are streaming down my face. And like one of us would finally stop, and the other one would like, it was impossible. Like, we were, it was so funny. I can't remember. It's been like, obviously at least 6 months ago, but I think we might have ended up leaving. I think we ended up walking out. Like, I'm surprised the lady didn't say anything. So anyway, that was the first and last meeting my mom ever attended with me. It was so funny, that meme. Anytime I even think about it, I lose my shit, man. It was so effing funny. So anytime my mom and I even talk about trying to go to another meeting together ever again, like, we just lose it. We cannot stop laughing. So anyway, that's what happened. But if you're alone, I got sidetracked there. If you're alone and you need a community, I think that's such a great support system. It really is. And again, some people have the self-control that they can go just do the app themselves and not have to go, in to see anybody. But for me, it's like when you go in and weigh in with somebody else, you're having to go there, you're making the effort, you're paying that extra money, you're doing it for you, and it like holds you more accountable. I felt like it held me more accountable to go and weigh in with an actual person. And I'm a people pleaser, right? So I wanted my gold star. And they actually used to give you gold stars if you like lost weight. And now they've like upgraded to little keychains. So they have like different color little keychain bars for like every like 5 pounds you lose or something. Anyway, whatever. So it's been a mashup of that. I'm not going to lie. Like, this year for me has been, I've worked my ass off, first of all, in the gym. I really have. I've tried, and this sounds dumb, if you have an iPhone, like even if your goals aren't set high, I've tried to close my rings every single day. And I usually do every single day, except for Saturdays is the day I kind of let myself be a little lax. And I've kind of started getting addicted and like, I need to close all the rings all 7 days. And I'm like, calm down. Like, you got this. But it does become an addiction. But close your rings, just move. 10,000 steps a day, a lot of people say. Just try to get some walking in. I heard somebody else say too, if you try to just like walk or like do any kind of cardio at least an hour a day, like even if it's just walking around your neighborhood. And I found that nice. Just walking in nature, getting outside, like really, really helps a lot. And like I said, it's been a mashup for me. I've done Weight Watchers, and then I'll do like an 11-day Go cleanse and, just keep eating clean. And I don't know, like it's been like a Frankenstein year for me, but I've been patching it together and it's been working for me. And long story short, I'm just telling you guys, do what works for you. Everybody's body is different. Everybody gets used to different things, and you burn out on some things, right? Like, there's some people out there that can like meal prep like crazy and eat the same thing literally every day, week after week, and never get sick of it. There's some people that need new, exciting things. A big thing for me, if you guys need, recipe ideas and stuff, I love Pinterest. You can go on there and type in anything, even if it's just recipe ideas or healthy recipe ideas, chicken recipes, like whatever. Like, there's so much great stuff on there. I really, really, really love Pinterest. And something I've done for the new year is, like, now that I've hit my goal weight, I really want to try to start like cooking a new recipe every week. And I've started that. This week I made, a buffalo chicken stuffed peppers, like stuffed bell peppers. So good. And I actually tried egg salad today. And I don't know if I made it wrong or I just really don't like egg salad, but I was not a fan of it. But either way, try new things. It's exciting. It's super fun. And I never even officially got to it. But yes, I did finally hit my goal weight. I did another little mini Go Cleanse last week. I stepped on the scale and I weighed 145 on the dot. And I freaking cried. So it took me almost 5 years. Well, I guess I haven't even been this since cruise ships, I guess. Maybe or before that even. It's been so long since I've been this weight. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So I'm just trying to stick with it. Another tip of mine too, this is all over the place, you guys. I'm sorry. I had a matcha latte that I made before I came here, and my energy is all over the place. But I was going to say motivation is something you cannot rely on. I've been there before as well on Pinterest. I went and typed in like workout motivation. And the one thing I kept seeing, aside from a couple of memes I found, was that you can't rely on motivation to work out. Like, you have to make it a habit. And what is it people say? Like 21 days doing something becomes a habit. And it's so true. Working out sucks. And you know what? It feels good sometimes. Mainly the endorphins after are what feels really, really good. But working out kind of sucks. And there are so many days I really don't want to go to the gym. And now since I've hit my goal week, just like a week ago, like I'm already finding myself like wanting to slack off a little more. Well, I've hit my weight, like I'm good, but you gotta go. Even if it's just like, literally, I've had days where I just absolutely felt awful and I just like, I can't do it. And I go to the gym and I literally walk on the treadmill for like 20 minutes and I'm like, that's something. That is better than nothing. So just make yourself go. If you're scared to join a gym, do not be. I've been there before too. Like, my steps to going to the gym, like I just join with like the cheapest plan you can, or if they have a trial, see if you like it. And if you're scared to do the machines, go to the ellipticals or the treadmills and just walk or run or do the elliptical and watch. Just keep going and feeling more comfortable with being there. And then, see times that it might be less busy. Watch the people do the machines. Get comfortable with like maybe you doing them yourself, and then start doing it. And the more you actually do it, you will get comfortable and you'll feel like one of them. And like, it kind of is awesome. The gym community can be really great. You have your douchebag meatheads sometimes you'll run into anywhere, but it can be a really great community as well. So don't be scared to try something new, guys, for real. And again, just make it a habit. Just force yourself to go. Get in the habit of it. Make yourself go. Don't look for motivation. It will not last. I promise you. Something else, and it's a little form of motivation, finding fitness influencers or people that have lost a lot of weight on like Instagram, on TikTok, that kind of stuff helps me. There was a person I followed for a year that really helped me a lot named Mari Llewellyn. She owns Bloom Nutrition Company. And I stopped following her because her content got interesting and not really for me anymore. But she was one. She lost a ton of weight, even started her own fitness company and nutrition program from it, which is really awesome. So there's a lot of people you can find out there that'll just like, I just find watching people meal prep, watching people work out, that helps a lot. And TikTok is another one that I am starting to get into now, and especially for recipes. Like, you can just type in the top healthy recipes, Go Cleanse recipes, Weight Watcher recipes, low carb recipes, whatever. Like, there's so many recipes and videos and pictures, and it's just really fun. I'm like really into this right now. And I will say, like, it has been the most fun thing ever, like going in my closet and trying on things. Kind of, because it sucks when I lost like 20 pounds. I was like, cool, let's buy some new clothes. And now I've lost like 20 or 25 more. And now I can't even wear these new clothes that I bought, which is kind of a bummer, but I am not complaining. I'm knocking on wood. I'm not complaining. I would rather, give them to a good place than then fit into them still. So that is what I've been doing with my last week, going through, trying on things, getting stuff ready to take to Plato's Closet or Goodwill, and give them a better home, because I can no longer fit into them, and it feels amazing. And I'm going to say right now, I apologize to whoever follows me on social media and whoever has to be around me at all, because this summer, I swear to God, I'm going to wear like hardly any clothing, because I am so in love with my body right now, and I've worked my ass off for this, and I've been wearing crop tops all week, and I'm just so happy. And it sucks because it's January and snow is coming, and I'm like, the timing. So I just got to keep up the good work. I want to work on my muscles and just new healthy recipes and all that. So anyway, there you go. I smashed my goal. It took a long time. You can do it too. I swear to God, if I can do it, anyone can do it. So just don't give up. It is so early in the year. It's a great time to, get those new communities going and meet new people. Get a buddy, again, like I said, a friend, a spouse, just anyone that wants to try to lose weight. Go to the gym. You can meet so many people there. It's so fun. So exciting. And reach out to me if you guys have any questions about anything I did along the way, or anything. I'm not an expert or anything, but I did it, man, and I feel really good. So I feel like this episode sounded like I was on crack. I feel like I was all over the place, but I did it. It's a day late too, but you know what? We can only do so much. I'm just gonna let that be. So anyway, thank you guys again for all the kind support. I started going through some of y'all's on Spotify, what would you like to hear on a future episode? And nobody's even leaving ideas, really. It's everyone just giving support for me and my ex relationship and everything I'm going through right now, which is very cute and very funny and very, very sweet. So thank you guys for your continued support. I love you all. Don't know what next week will be about. We'll see. But it'll be something. So there's that. All right. I love you all. Happy New Year once again. Hope everybody's having a great year so far, and continue to do great things, because you guys are all great people. Mwah. Bye.